Dude, you're on the podcast right now.
Dude, what's up, podcast world?
Dude, are you? Do
They
you have anything
can't
you want to
answer
say?
back. You got to just answer.
Yeah, you're gonna have to say something. I mean, they can't talk to you. It's the listeners that are
Man.
gonna be listening next week, so they can't talk back to you. So, but what do you have to say to them?
I mean, I used to be the pride of Preston County. Now I'm just a guy, that knows today's prey. That was my quote that one time, and I still stand by it. You guys are wrecking my fucking life. I'm glad to know Poppy still has the eyes left in him, because when I saw him last Saturday, guy didn't have a soul in them eyes.
He did get a little crunk.
Like a doll's eyes.
Whenever we left Pins, man, he looked at me and things were glossy. I was like, this man, he's tired.
I knew he was drunk whenever he started being a sweetie.
Yeah, so he's a lover, man, not a
When
fighter.
was I, sweetie?
You're a sweetie to everybody when you get drunk.
I am.
Yep.
I wasn't to that guy when we walked by Burn, and I was like, they don't have a fucking dress code. Look at that fat fuck in there.
I mean, it's kind of like that time we left that one bar, and then big fat biker dudes tried to beat us up. Poppy talked him right out of it.
Yeah, I was
years
like,
ago.
you shouldn't beat us up.
He sweet talked him.
Yeah, you shouldn't beat us up. I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, he patted the one guy on the back, and next thing I know, all the tension was gone. The guy's like, I'm sorry, man. I thought you guys were talking shit. I was like, no, man. I said I liked your bike.
I like how your motorcycle matches your shirt. It was the same
Yeah,
color of
your
orange.
headband. Yeah. Orange boys.
We walk out the door. Ding. You motherfuckers talking shit.
No, we were just talking how she looked like a bird. Oh, really? She does?
Just trying to get by, man. I ain't trying to do nothing crazy.
Dang, man.
Other day in the PJs.
That's how it goes.
Cheat Lake.
Well, dude, thanks for letting me know. I'll have to let Renee know about the tickets.
I can do that, buddy, old pal. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you reaching out to me. And I don't know where I'm going at with that, but yeah, man.
Well, do you have anything else you want to say?
Nah. Coming to my fight next Saturday. Well, I don't know when this will air, but either way, it'll either be coming to my fight or I'll be victorious, and the after party will be at Saberton Station, and I'm probably going to eat a bunch of Corona wings. That's the only thing I really got for you, Jacob Gordon.
Hell yeah,
Pop
that's
7.
all we need. That's all we need.
Dude,
yeah.
if Matt Shuffles listening to this, he may think that's the only fight night, but if I see him, it's on sight. All right? I ain't falling for his shit. I heard about him taking the eggs off the gravy. Like it was beautiful, and that's a real bitch move, taking the eggs off the gravy, number one. All right?
We will let him know.
Yeah.
Dude,
He was so
he may be
pissed.
the nicest guy in Preston County, but I'm the pride of Preston County. I'll stomp him out, until he has a baby. I want to stomp him out in front of his baby.
I don't know, man. I don't know. He's pretty good.
He'll have
Fighting.
two. He has 2 babies. He'll be all right.
Dude, I could cut the tension. I can feel the tension with him all the way right now at his house. It's still there.
He's, if you fell down, he'd probably just have a hand. He's probably have his hand out to help you up,
Maddest I
Dude,
ever.
literally, at the karaoke bar, I thought he was going to sing karaoke, but I thought like American Idol would have signed him. He's probably going to sing karaoke.
Yeah.
That's exactly what would have happened. You know what? I will reach out to Matt and see if he will go to the Saberton Station party. He might.
doesn't punch him in the chest. I'll make his shoulders touch as hard as I hit him in the chest.
I don't know, man. He's pretty quick.
He actually can do that normally. That's how awesome he is.
Damn, dude, he just does everything good.
He
Doesn't
claps
eat
with his
eggs,
shoulders.
apparently.
Yeah,
Kind of impressive. I ain't gonna lie.
I've never seen a guy more mad until he saw those eggs on top of that biscuits and gravy, and he turned and went, "Fuck,
Shit. Shit.
he cussed out loud.
He almost turned human for a minute.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna I thought the shine from his skin was gonna go away.
He didn't, though.
Dude,
No, they still
every
shimmered.
man has their breaking point.
Yep, and his was eggs.
He
Yeah,
doesn't.
some people, it's like, I don't know what the breaking point would be or whatever, Some people, they don't like racism, It's like, no, I'm going to hang out with this guy. He's racist. That's wrong. And then, Matt Shelby, you put some eggs on his gravy. He's like, you know what? Fuck that
this.
cook in the back, man.
Yeah.
Apparently, Matt doesn't know how to fucking read. I'm sure it was in the description.
Well, Jay didn't know either.
Yeah.
Well, he is from Uniontown, so that checks out.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Wow, he's really gonna talk about how much you hate him now.
Literally, I hope it keeps him up at night.
I think it does.
There is this thing where, Beef's been training for all these fights for all these years, but it's actually to when he has his final fight with Jay Crossland. He wants to put it all into that.
Mm-hmm.
And
he thinks we're friends. I just needed him healthy again so I can fuck him up.
that might be why Jay's subconscious is keeping him not as healthy as he could be.
Yeah, no doubt. He's just shook. I mean, literally, he gave me a massage earlier, and it was nice. It was too nice.
Yeah.
And I ain't falling for it. I do feel better.
Yeah.
Nah, dude. That oil felt too good, didn't it?
Yeah, I did tell him about Dakota coming on Monday, and he is Jay's size, so Jay is going to beat Dakota's ass.
I hope so. Dakota needs it.
If not, I am.
Oh, I'm going to.
Jay's going to hit him so hard his organs flip back right side.
Dude, you probably won't have grape organs anymore. Well, grape spleen, man.
I'm gonna compress his spleens
His
all back into one.
His grape spleens are going to go back on the vine.
Yeah.
He's going to go out his butt as wine, and we're all going to drink it.
Oh, my gosh. Stick a straw in that thing.
It's like
put some straws on that bitch.
All right,
well,
dog.
boys, I'm going to lose you. I'm going down Snake Hill. And I was happy to be a guest on today's Prey and top 3 greatest moment of my life after getting married to Haley Shawn and winning the Made Men title last year.
Dude, we're glad to have you.
All right, buddy. I'll see you later.
All right, later, dude.
Bye.
See you, Poppy.
See ya.
What a nice little surprise.
That was a nice little surprise.
Hold on, let me.
Back to rapping.
And stop rapping at me. I got to tell you something. I hit it raw. I got to tell you something. What? I'm a cat with no claws. I've been declawed. Cut off my fingers. That's against the law. I am declawed. Back in the day, they used to call me Declaw, but now I'm not Declaw. I don't have no sharpness. You'll know that I only got hard things on the end of my hands. They are bones. I don't have claws. I can't put my claws on the throne. I can't scratch the chair. I can't scratch the couch. If I asked you to declaw me, I'd say ouch. You cut off my first knuckles. Oh shit. You better up buckle. Up buckle. You better claw buckle.
Phantom.
You better up buckle.
This guy was declawed. He was declawed. I will declare. I will put this thumb inside your derriere. With no fingernails, I don't even care. I don't care if you stop and stare.
No.
I go to work. I will do hair.
Yeah.
I will sit down. You sit down in my chair. I will stand here and I will cut it up. I don't give a motherfuck. Sit still while I line you up. Yeah, I will fade you up. I will hate you up. I will say, hey, what's up, bitch? And I will make you get and give me some money, bitch. I'll give me some money. Now I want you to get out of here. The service is over. I don't want to cut you no more.
Also, that was really fun hearing from our friend Ethan.
Ethan is a guy that he is cool.
Yeah, he's cool as fuck.
But you know what? He doesn't really say he says cool things as friends, but when you put him on the spot, he's not going to say he's not a whole lot of cool shit other than he's going to punch a guy in the chest and make his shoulders touch. And I feel like that's not a Ethan original. I don't think he came up with that.
Yeah. That's okay, though.
I mean, how many things are absolutely made up by us?
Not everybody works good under showbiz pressure, and that's when people call us, we're in the middle of a podcast, that's what we put them on.
Yep.
You know, showbiz pressure, that's what we're about. Mm-hmm. You give us a call while we're doing the podcast, we're going to really hit you with showbiz pressure.
Showbiz.
And man, that's a lot of weight to carry.
Showbiz, baby.
That's the game, and here's the thing: when you're friends with two world-class podcasters like me and you,
mm-hmm.
every once in a while we're going to punch you under that showbiz pressure.
Showbiz pressure, baby.
I hope that you're doing your prerequisite squats and push-ups and deadlifts to be able to handle that weight that we put on you as a friend of ours.
I hope you're wearing your anti-podcast underwear.
Would you please leave my testicles alone?
Because if you don't, we're going to squeeze them balls and make you bleed.
Oh, man. One of my favorite things to do with my friends is make their balls bleed.
Scrotal.
Scrotal what?
It's my favorite Pokemon.
Oh, yeah, dude. I like it when you use Squirt from Scrotal.
Mm-hmm.
I used to have Pokemon Silver. You'd get Lugia on a Scrotal. It was sick, dude.
Lugia?
Yeah. Yeah. You get Lugia, pair it with Scrotal. Star me, dude. Star me.
0 to 100.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I always like Charcum.
Charcum.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good one. What was his power again?
I think it was just sludge.
Was it Slash?
No, sludge.
Okay.
A little sludge.
I liked it when you used Slash. The Game Boy animation was two little lines.
It was sludge and gargle.
Oh, I remember the animation on the Game Boy of Sludge. It was like bubbles on the other guy. It was like bloop, bloop, bloop.
Oh.
And then if you use Extreme Sludge, it was like bloop, 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 bloop.
If you use double extreme sludge, you might even created a second or third Pokemon.
9 months later.
Mm-hmm. The loading screen on Game Boy Advance was forever. You just might as well put it down on a charger. And actually, they didn't have chargers back then. You had to have AA batteries.
Well, you could do this. They had little packs that you could charge. They were rechargeable batteries. And you could actually plug your Game Boy into the wall if you had the certain one. I had to do that a couple times. It was sick. When I found out that hack, you know, 6-year-old kid hack. Ooh, man.
Yeah, like when my Game Boy Advance died, I just went outside. Or maybe not went outside. Or did something else.
Most of my Game Boy Advance time was on the trip to my grandmother's. It was a 2-hour trip. And when you were a young 2-hour trip, fuck, that felt like forever, dude. And I remember one time getting my Game Boy Advance, and I was like, okay, cool, we're doing the field trip to Grandma's. Okay, it's going to be 2 hours. Oh, crap, Mom, I forgot my batteries. We had just left home, less than 5 minutes away. It's like, Mom, I forgot my batteries. Can we please turn around? Nope, we're going. Sorry, you're just going to have to deal with it. So I had to sit in the car and look out the window and use my imagination to keep me occupied for 2 hours straight.
There was a guy.
Would you please leave my testicles alone?
Yeah, I bet you did just look outside and was like, that Blue Jay is looking thick. Oh, fuck. Black Angus.
Oh, shit. We're going through Waynesburg? Wayne.
Oh. More like my dick's in Painesburg. God.
Oh my God.
This isn't the first time I've came next to my brothers.
Did you ever have to take like a did you ever have to take a long trip as a child? I'm being serious.
You ever live?
I don't know. I don't.
You ever been alive and breathe?
Did you have grandparents that lived more than 1 hour away?
Yeah, my grandparents live 4.5 hours away.
So how often did you see them?
All the time. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Our parents' generation were pretty good about doing that.
Yeah. Not anymore. Because what they
They're
actually
dead.
know they're actually they're really good.
Your grandparents are dead, bud. Hate to break it to you. Can't believe Tom didn't tell you that. Mine are too.
He knows.
Do you think?
My dad?
I hope he remembers. He might not.
No, what I was saying was, you said our parents were really good about taking us to our grandparents. And this generation, our generation is not. I think they actually are so good at it that our generation actually just leaves their kids with their grandparents and goes and they just do drugs somewhere else.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah.
It's like, you're going to want to be here.
I'm not really ready for this. But my parents have done it before. Meemaw's done it before. She'll take care of you. She'll take you to school in the morning while I get high.
I'm gonna go finish experiencing life because I haven't done it yet. I'm 30 years old. I'm 30 years old, but I need to go do more partying.
Yeah.
Here's my kid.
Yeah. Those are the same type of people that are like, man, music, like Broadway Avenue at Nashville, like the Music Street, whatever it's called, like music, whatever they call it.
Broadway.
But it's called Music Row or something like that. They call it that way or something.
Hip hop lane.
Hip Hopopotamus
Yeah.
and Rhymenoceros. But those are the same type of people like, dude, I could be here my whole life.
Yeah. And they do.
Yeah, and they leave their children at home.
And they become career bartenders.
Yep.
I think it's hard to.
Or career junkies.
Yeah, that's true too. Or career hobos.
Or prostitutes. There's a dark side to our existence, isn't there? We live happily in the middle, don't we?
It's all about perspective.
Mm-hmm. There's probably people that... Do you think there's people that look at us and go, that sucks?
Yeah.
Where's the line where they say that? Like, what type of person says, wow, that would suck?
For me, the person who looks at my job and goes, oh, that sucks, is somebody who's an adrenaline junkie but doesn't like people and really doesn't like tattoos.
Yeah.
So he is an adrenaline junkie who has a job as a famous stuntman, but he really hates tattoos. So he sees my job and he's like, you know, I grew up super religious. I don't like tattoos. And that guy has to talk to people all the time. And he has to sit around and draw all the time. Fuck, I can't imagine having that guy's job. I'd rather just jump off this building and pretend I'm Tom Cruise and then go home to my mansion. That's the kind of guy who hates my job and thinks I'm miserable. What kind of guy thinks you're miserable, do you think?
I think before I was... Like, you know what's funny is, like, when people know you personally as a barber, they don't think, like... I don't think they go, oh, wow, his job sucks. I think they probably go, oh, that's probably pretty nice. Except for the standing part, that probably sucks a little bit. But there's always something that sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, and it doesn't really bother me. It bothers my health, my longevity. I'll just die sooner.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kelly. Sorry, honey. I'm going to die first.
How to manipulate anyone.
I will have heart failure or I will be completely crippled.
Correct!
But I think the people that like would see my job as sucks would be like someone that would just be like, I could not touch someone.
Yeah.
But I don't look at people's head and go, oh, I'm touching this guy. They have a convenient little blanket that I put over them that I don't see their bodies. So it's just a floating noggin, right? And I don't really, I'm talking to the noggin, but really the noggin isn't a person. I just kind of do everything around on the back side of the person.
Yeah.
You know, I don't really think of like, oh, I'm folding the ear of this person.
Right.
I just get it out of my way. It's like, oh, there's this ear in my way while I'm cutting this head. I don't even think of like, oh, I'm cutting clients. I think of like, oh, I'm just going to cut a head real quick.
Basically, you're saying your job is actually like doing surgery.
Actually, surgeons tell me that.
Because you have to separate the human from the robot.
Mm-hmm.
From the,
well, I'm sure.
From the flesh robot.
Well, it's because probably.
So basically, your job is exactly like the same job of a surgeon.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, it's the same exact thing.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I've probably seen.
You could do surgery if you think about it.
I could cut open a penis and take I could take scar tissue out of a urethra, take it out, sew it back up. And then you know,
yeah,
fix it.
Yeah. That's exactly what surgeons do. So all the time that a surgeon went to school, you're actually better than them because you didn't take as long to go to school for it, but you can do the same thing that they do.
I'm better than them because I can do the same job as them and cuss at the same time.
Yes. Surgeons can't say fuck.
Until the guy, and I do it while the guy's not even under. I don't need an anesthesiologist.
Here's another thing surgeons can't do. Keep their cool. They fly off the handle at nothing.
How to manipulate anyone.
They're always flying off the handle.
Get a grip, bud.
Could never. They'd have to ride their bike with no handlebars.
Just do your job.
Mm-hmm.
Do it right. You know?
Don't get upset. You're just bad.
Maybe you should hold a seminar here at the barbershop for surgeons. How to be cool.
That is actually true. You know what's actually funny? And I cut a few surgeons that are actually, hold on, let me count. 2 surgeons that are cool. 2. There are 2 surgeons that I cut that are actually decent cool human beings.
Okay.
And all of the others in my life have not been cool. And it's not their fault. Not their fault. It is their life choice fault, but it is not their fault as in, like, they probably are they could have been interesting.
Right.
But they've put every ounce of themselves into one thing, and that's all they know.
Yeah.
And that's all they've known for their entire adult lives. They don't do anything else. And so when you have a surgeon come into the barbershop, everybody just goes, all right, here we go. Here comes friggin' awkward McGee in here gonna tell me to square off the back with rounded corners.
Yeah. So
Do you know what a squared off back with rounded corners is?
a circle?
Yup. You got it, buddy. And you didn't even have a second to think.
Interesting. So really, like, you know, like everybody in the barbershop knows when a surgeon's coming in because it's kind of like they just can't really speak very well.
You go, hey man, what are you gonna do this weekend? I'm on call.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you have any plans coming up? I work 98 hours a week.
Yeah.
And I have 6 kids. And pretty much the only free time I have is to sleep or clean my in-ground pool.
Man.
or
that
ignore
sounds terrible.
the household that I have.
Yeah. The surgeons that I knew, that I've met, I guess, they all were rumored to be kind of like bad boys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like that, like, you know what? We're supposed to take off a pinky toe, but
no, not
maybe
like,
we'll take an extra little piggy to the market.
not like that. Oh, they definitely do that.
Wee all the way home.
They're rumored to be like, they're like the bad boys of the hospital.
Yeah?
They do surgeries like, you know, like superstars, and then they fuck all the nurses,
I'm gonna tell you something.
doggy style.
I'm gonna tell you something that
And then-
you didn't know.
And then they do this, and then they cheat on the nurses after they make them fall in love with them. And then the other problem is they drink.
They drink.
That's it. That's it. That's the problem.
You want to know how big of losers. You just made them sound cool, but you want to know how I know that they're fucking losers. You just made them sound so cool. Like they walk into surgery with fucking leather jackets, smoking a freaking Black and Mild.
They have like guns hanging from like their sides. Like John Wick.
They got axle grease in their hair because they're freaking so fucking sick. But you know what? You want to know? You said that they fuck all the nurses. They walk in. They're like, you know, hey, I'm gonna fuck all the nurses. You want to know how I know that they're fucking losers?
What?
Is because there's a thing in surgery culture that is there are the residents, like the medical residents that are learning how to do, they get paid a little bit like compared to surgeons, but the surgeon residents won't wear underwear on purpose into surgery, and they'll just have their what is it called? Their scrubs on, and they'll fluff their dick before they go into surgery so the nurses get to see. So just so you guys know, when you guys are getting cardiac surgery, you got a fluffed dick under scrubs right next to you.
What do you mean they fluff their dick?
They make it semi-chub. They
So-
get a chub, so that way everyone sees what their dick looks like.
You mean to tell me, before my uncle went into cardiac surgery, his surgeon's going in there and masturbating a little beforehand, and then stopping.
He's getting a quarter mastered.
And as he's getting his aorta replaced, the surgeon's dick's going down.
The scrub nurse is getting a little hot,
God.
and they're saying, "Hey, you know, we're gonna work on this guy's heart now. We need to work on my dick later."
And as he's saying that, he's actually working on her heart currently.
Yeah,
He's working on this.
He's
heart, but
working double
working on
time. No
her.
wonder they get paid so much. Is that considered time and a half? I'm actually doing. I'm a cardiac surgeon. I'm doing heart and a half today.
Dang. Who knew that surgeons were that?
So if
Loving.
you wake up in love with your surgeon, just know that he made you fall in love, and he broke the scrub nurse's heart that day.
If you fell in love with a surgeon, basically you fell in love with a whore, a prostitute, somebody who's getting paid
Little
to
dick fluffer.
somebody getting paid to have a dick fluff.
When I think of somebody fluffing their dick, I literally think of like it's like the shape of a little hamster under their little scrub, like a little fluffy animal dick,
Like a long-haired guinea pig.
like a dachshund.
When I think of a dick fluff under the scrub, I think of just like a like a dusting tool that's made of a bunch of quail feathers.
Yeah,
Like they're brushing it off.
like how you're brushing my dick.
Would you please leave my testicles alone?
Okay. Enough cock talk. Enough talking about surgeons and their fluffy dicks.
I'm just saying that's a real thing.
Who told you that?
People that work there.
People? There's a million people who work at the hospital.
Okay, the people that work with the surgeons.
Okay, you cut all of their hair and they all said the same thing.
Yeah,
Who works with the surgeons? The nurses?
anesthesiologists, which are also doctors.
Yeah, they make good money.
Yeah.
So where's their
Other surgeons, other scrub nurses, literally everyone that's in the room with them.
I heard a hilarious joke about anesthesiologists. What does an anesthesiologist do?
I don't know. What?
It's a person who's half asleep putting to sleep somebody who's half awake. Isn't that funny?
How to manipulate anyone.
Half.
Yeah. Almost got it.
Half funny.
Yeah.
What's a comedian? There's a guy that's half funny telling a joke that somebody that half gets it.
Correct!
Oh, God.
You want to know? Wait, I was going to tell you something else. Think. I was going to tell you something else about friggin' dick fluffers and all that shit. I lost it. Sorry.
That's okay.
You interrupted me. Not really, but
Apparently, like,
my thought was.
Nurses are supposedly working really, really hard. Right?
Sorry.
Nurses and people who work in the hospital, they work crazy hours and they work really, really hard.
They don't work crazy hours. Just saying.
Well, they work a normal 8-hour shift or a 12-hour shift. But you always hear that. But my thing is, when do they fit in all the time to bang each other? Because that's all. Every nurse and like doctor I've tattooed, it's like there's always scandals going on between nurses and doctors and surgeons and anesthesiologists and blood takers.
you know, and I had an immediate thought as soon as you said that. You know
What
what the doctor is?
What?
The doctor is the one that doesn't have. So it's true. A lot of the residents and stuff like that, they do work extremely long hours because they have to. They're like doing all the grunt work of the doctors that have been doing it forever. So, say you're an anesthesiologist, you put people to sleep, but you're probably going to work 70 some hours a week.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have a lot of time to do other things. And that makes the nurses just fucking want you more because they're working 36 hours a week.
Yeah.
So they have 4 days off just to freaking leak over you.
Yeah.
Just like, wow, I wonder what he's doing right now. I wonder what he does on his time off. I want to be a part of his time off. And so it just makes them want you more because you don't have time for them. So like the 1 minute that you have, they're gonna make you freaking gross.
Yeah.
They're gonna make you want to have sex with them.
It would be tough to be in a sexual or an intimate or just a loving relationship with anybody in your same field of work. Do you think that if Kelly wanted to and she wanted to be a barber and she became a barber, do you think that would be a hard thing, or do you think that would be an easy thing?
I would get secondhand embarrassed for a long time till she got good at it.
Yeah.
I would have to keep my mouth shut. That's for sure.
Why? Because you would just like...
Because I would want to fix every single thing that she did until she got good at it. So for about 2 years, I would have to keep my fucking mouth shut for a while.
Which would be pretty tough, right?
Mm-hmm, because my mouth is wide open.
Yeah.
Mouth wide open like I was at the dentist.
Yeah, it would be tough. I don't know if it would be tough or if it would be easy to date somebody in your profession. When I think of a barber for you, I'm thinking like, let's say that you're a single man and you're dating a barber. The barbers that I've met, aside from you, and aside from Jovel, just with being like all about their social media and stuff, and that would be kind of annoying to have to date a barber.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the same thing for tattoo artists, though, too.
Yeah.
If I had to date a tattoo artist, it'd be like, I just got to post on TikTok. Got to be naked on here.
Well, you know what? It might be a good change of pace for a guy. Like, let's say you wanted to date a tattoo artist. Like, let's just say you're talking to one.
Yeah.
They wouldn't want your attention all the time because they got their own shit going on.
Yeah.
And not only do they have their own shit going on some of the time, they have their own shit going on all the time.
All of the time.
So they're not like begging for attention constantly. So that'd probably be good.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone begging me for attention. That would be god awful.
It is awful.
Kelly doesn't even text me throughout the day, and it's amazing.
Yeah, that's a great thing.
Yeah, I wake up, I say hello, and then we say goodbye. And then when I get home, we say hello again, and we're together again. We don't have to do all the in-between stuff. I'm here.
You're there.
I'm here talking to guys
And
about dicks.
and guys are talking to you, and girls don't want to hear guys talking about dicks.
We're here talking about how Jake met a girl once that we had an Instagram where she got famous for sitting on her phone. She would be wearing underwear. She said she didn't like She just said she didn't know who Nickelback was.
Don't get me started.
She said she didn't know who Nickelback was.
Don't get me started.
And little do we know, she's shoving her ass crack onto phone screens all over the fucking world.
Okay. So the story.
Anyone who does that, fucking knows Nickelback.
I'm going to catch everybody up to the story you're
Yeah, please
talking
tell us.
about.
Thank you. Start from the beginning, please.
So the story that Poppy
Just tell us.
rudely brought up.
Just tell us.
I was at the tattoo shop the other day by myself. No
Alone.
Polly, no Brandon.
No brandy.
Sitting there by myself. Brandon left. He was coming back in an hour. Sitting in there drawing. Customer comes in. Ding. I go out there. Say, hi, what's up? She said, hi, is Brandon here? I need a new thing for my jewelry piercing. And I said, well, Brandon's not here right now.
I need a jewelry for my ding-a-ding.
But he will be here in like 20 minutes if you just want to hang out. Or you can come back later. She goes, I'll just hang out. And I said, okay. As I'm walking away, on my playlist, Nickelback comes on.
What song was that?
Saving Me by Nickelback. It's my favorite Nickelback song. It's a good song.
Mm-hmm.
So as I'm walking away, Nickelback comes in. And I try to lighten the mood and lighten the air. And I clear the air. And I turn around and I say, hey, girly. I don't say that, but I'm just like talking to the girl. I said, hey, I just want to let you know you can hang out in here, but I'm not going to change this Nickelback song. It's a good song, and you're just going to have to endure it. And she looks at me dead in the face, and she goes, what is it? Nickelback? And I said, yeah, it's Nickelback. You're just going to have to endure it. And she goes, okay, I don't even know what that is, but okay. And I was like, okay. And I just turned around and walked away, but then I realized what she said. And I turned around, I was like, wait. I said, did you say you don't know what Nickelback is? She goes, yeah, what is it like a country band? And I said, well, it's kind of a country band. It's a kind of country-ish kind of singing, but
it's more country than
but it's like rock. Yeah, it's kind of like rock, but it's just like from the 2000s. She goes, I've never even heard of it. I was like, she's like, is it kind of like Zach Bryan or like Morgan Wallen? I said, it's kind of like pop music, but it's like rock. And I'm sitting here and I realize to myself, I'm explaining what Nickelback is. And it just pisses me off. Because this girl isn't 18 years old. She isn't 19 years old. She isn't 17 years old. She isn't any age lower than that.
She's not a fetus.
She's got to be 25.
Not fresh out the womb.
My younger brother, who's 21, knows what Nickelback is.
Mm-hmm.
I have a niece who was 12 who knows what Nickelback is. And this girl wasn't younger than my niece. So I let it go. I said, well, this
Your
is Nickelback.
Your niece are 29.
I let it go. I say, you can just, okay, whatever. You don't know what Nickelback is. Ha, you're cool, whatever. And I just sit there and I'm back in my booth and I'm just fucking boiling. Just mad. And she's literally playing Nickelback out loud on her phone. Like acting like she's like figuring out what Nickelback is. I'm like, what the fuck kind of play is she putting on out there? And then Brandon calls me and said, hey, man, I am actually not going to be there for another hour and a half. And I said, okay, cool. So I go back out in the lobby and I say, hey, Brandon just told me he's not going to be here till an hour and a half from now. So she's polite. She gets up and leaves. Later that night, or it might have been the next morning, I get a random like on my Instagram story, and I forget what the name was, but I click on it, and it brings me to a private page. Person's name is Dahlia. And it, in the bio of the private page, it says, this is my family and friends account. This is my other account. Has another link in her bio. Click on that other link. The first video that pops up is an iPhone recording from the selfie camera sitting, and it's laying on the floor. And this girl walks up, jiggling everything she's got, jiggle, 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 and squats on the phone in her panties. And you see her fucking gross fucking butt cheeks, and it's a close up on her fucking shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, who the hell is this like in my shit? Thinking that it's like a fake account that you get. And then I see one of the things, and she's just fucking walking up everything, jiggling everything. And it's like, and it's the girl. Yeah. It's the girl who doesn't know what Nickelback is. And I'm thinking, you motherfucker. you know what trending fucking videos of naked girls are on Instagram and TikTok, and you don't know what fucking Nickelback is.
How to manipulate anyone.
And you're
jiggling all that. You know fucking Nickelback.
it just infuriates me but here's the thing that makes me so mad. It makes me mad. I'm not even mad. It makes me confused.
No, you're mad.
I'm mad because I'm confused.
Yeah, it's pissing me off too.
Because I don't know if she got me. I don't know if she is so funny that I'm a part of a larger joke where her and whoever else she jokes around with are playing a joke on everyone, pretending like they don't know Nickelback and making them lose their mind. Or if she is just trying to be cool. If she's trying to be cool and act like she doesn't know Nickelback, I think she's retarded. if she is part of a bigger joke and it got me, then she's fucking hilarious.
Do you think that a person that's jiggling everything she's got to sit on a phone is smart enough
No.
for a larger joke?
Nope, I don't. I feel a little judgy saying that out loud. Because she could be that funny.
She's not.
But I don't know her that well.
Nope.
Because the joke she's doing where she pretends like she doesn't know Nickelback and it makes people lose their mind is hilarious. Because I do the same thing with Blue Doritos.
What do you mean?
So I'll do this joke where if anytime Blue Doritos or Doritos are brought up,
Yeah.
I'll say things like, "Oh, did you know they have a blue flavor? I can't remember what it's called, but it's called like Cold Ranch or it's something. I don't know. I've only ever had the red flavor.
Yeah, Cool Ranch, I think.
But the blue flavor is actually really good. Have you tried it?"
I think so.
And people lose their mind when you tell them that you've never heard of Cool Ranch Doritos and that you think it's new.
Right.
Because they think that everybody's heard of it. So they lose their mind. We actually just got our friend Dakota with it recently. You know, Dakota with polysplenia.
Yeah.
And I've never had somebody react so insanely after I told him it was all a joke. He said, "Fuck you" to me. Dude, we all got him. I was wearing my Cool Ranch Doritos socks. And and he goes, "Oh, dude, I love Doritos. That's awesome." And Brandon goes, "Well, you know they're off brand because they're blue and not red like the original flavor." And Dakota goes, "Dude, you never heard of Cool Ranch?" And me and Brandon just acted confused and acted like we didn't know what they were. And Brandon goes, "No, I just thought they were blue because they were for boys." And Dakota's being like, "Dude, it's Cool Ranch. You've never heard of Cool Ranch Doritos?" And he thinks we're fucking with him, which we were. But we convinced him that we weren't. So he ran over to the gas station and came, and as he's at the gas station, I'm explaining to Brandon and my client the joke. Well, Brandon knew the joke, but my client didn't.
Yeah.
And when Dakota came back over with the blue Doritos, my client goes,
Cold Ranch.
My client goes, "Oh, they got blue ones?" Dude, it was so funny because he had his headphones in the whole time, and except for when Dakota came back over. "Oh, they got blue ones?" Dude, it was so funny. Dakota was losing his mind.
Yeah.
So the Nickelback joke could be similar to that, which is fucking funny. But I don't think it's that clever. I think she's just a whore on Instagram.
I think she's and I don't know this person, but from the experience you had and the information that I have from the internet, I would say that she's probably the definition of a bimbo. And she does know, but what she doesn't know much, but what she does know, she pretends not to know because that gets attention.
Yes.
And so she was like, and then with
look
that,
at this.
And it started that way, right? It started that way until she didn't listen to anything or look anything up herself. That way she didn't know anything. So now what she wanted to be is what she has become. And she doesn't know fucking anything.
Yes. And I never thought of it like that, Poppy.
Me either.
You did because you just
Just
said it.
now.
Yeah. She getting attention is what she wanted, and that's when you know that Christianity is real because ask and you shall receive. Because the attention that she wanted, she is getting.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted the attention. We're doing a whole podcast about her. And I've told the story and shown multiple people her account. She's getting all the attention she wanted.
She has told every single one of her followers on that private Instagram that she doesn't know who Nickelback is, and that's how she got them all. There were like 16.7 thousand on that chubby fucker's Instagram.
Oh my gosh, dude. You know how many barbers and tattoo artists would kill to have 16,000 followers?
Hey, well, maybe if they'd sit with their hairy ass on the camera. Oi, mate.
Oi, mate. I hope you don't got crabs with that hairy ass sitting on that camera.
Oi, friends, Oliver here.
Oliver
no.
from Jake's trip to the UK.
I hope you don't have scabies. Oh no, mate. I'm on Instagram and I don't know what Nickelback is, but I hope it's not that big of a deal.
I could never live inside my whole life. Have you never had fresh air in your life?
I'm not going to talk about Oliver on here. The only Oliver I'll talk about that's tattooologist.
Tattooist of all of us.
Is Oliver Kenton, the man who tattooed my neck and head, and the man who embraces me and all of my flaws.
We'll keep
And is also a wild man.
You know what annoyed me the other day, kind of similar to you?
Yeah, hit me with it. I don't know, but yeah, I want to hear it.
So I'm going to keep some of the specifics away,
Okay.
but there was a gentleman that called the other day,
Oh, are you fucking kidding me?
and he said, I answered the shop phone. He said, I said, barbershop. He goes, is this Everyman's? I said, yep, this is the Everyman's barbershop. He goes, I've been looking for you for 3 weeks. I was like, well, this is his phone.
Yeah.
This is the phone to hear.
Yeah.
And he goes, I've asked so-and-so about you guys, and he's not very clear on where you are. He said you guys were near Suncrest Town Center, and I've driven around trying to find you guys, and I finally had to give up after 3 weeks and use Google Maps to find you. I said, okay. And he goes, I'm working in this place as of now, but I'm getting my license transferred to this place, to West Virginia. Basically, he wants a job. Wants a job.
Okay.
And I haven't met this person, so he might have just been, like I said, he might have just been messing with me.
Right.
He might just be really funny and not know when to not talk. He might just not know when to turn it off.
Right.
I don't know this guy.
Yeah.
But then I was like, okay, well, I can't really talk to you about this right now. He's like, oh, I understand. And I and I hang up. And I was like, the fuck?
So he took 3 weeks of driving around blindly to find you?
There's
And then-
only so many roads here.
What I'm thinking is, I tattooed in London last month, and I just Googled it right off the bat.
That's the thing. It's so fucking. I was like, all you had to do was text the guy that you knew and said, what's that shop called? And they go, Everyman's Barbershop. The Everyman's Barbershop. And they go, oh, okay. And then you Google it, just like you just did. That's step one.
Yeah.
Just because how else are you going to get a hold of him? How
did he-
else?
how did he get
what
your
was
number?
his plan before?
How did he get your number?
He Google mapped it.
So I'm assuming that,
He got on Google Maps,
You know, the
not
fir-
Google. He got on Google Maps, then found me.
so
Is
his
he on a?
first step
Is he
was-
on a Mac? Or is he on his MacBook at home?
I don't think so. I think he's
Is
on,
he on
a-
an Acer?
a desktop.
He's on an Acer.
Asus.
Yeah.
An Acer. He is on an Acer, yeah. I
And
forgot
he has
that
a
there was
mouse that has the ball in it. Doesn't have a laser. He's still got a fucking ball. He's got to shake it to
it's
get it
corded.
to sit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with a corded mouse, man.
What's funny is, first step was, just going to go off of what my friends said, and I'm going to try to find it by what they said. Second step is, I'm going to Google it, but I'm not going to find it from Google. I'm going to call them and try to find it that way. And the third step is probably using Google Maps as a map, I hope.
Listen, I don't know this guy, but if you want a job with someone and you want to do a good first impression, maybe
maybe don't tell him how dumb you fucking are right off the bat.
I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Since you are in the position of hiring, how do you prefer people to put in their applications? Do you prefer them to swing by the shop first, or do you prefer an email first, or an Instagram message?
Just message me.
Okay.
Just message
so email or message.
Yeah.
You probably don't check
Because
an
all
email,
I'm going
right?
to do is you're going to message me on Instagram. And you're going to say, hey, I think your shop is cool, and I'm looking to move locations, or I'm starting a new journey into barbering, and I'm in school and I'm about to graduate school. Do you have any chairs available? And if so, how do I do this? You just say those things. Like what you need to know and that's all. That's all you have to do. So if you're in school, you go, hi, I'm in school. I'm about to graduate. Do you have any chairs available? And if you do, how do I
Do you have any
inquire?
chairs? Do you have any chairs available?
Available. But I also had a kid. I will talk shit on this.
Talk that shit.
Because this guy probably,
I just wanna party.
the guy that I just talked about, he's probably really nice. And he's probably a really nice guy.
Probably.
And he just, it probably wasn't searching for weeks. It was probably just all a bunch of,
Just a couple hours.
he was just talking. He was just fucking talking.
And if it was probably only a couple hours, that's funny.
Yeah. Which is, yeah.
That's comedy.
But this guy that I'm about to tell you about, he is graduating from a school, and he messaged me, and he said, hey, I'm so-and-so. I'm graduating from this barber school. I'm looking to find a chair, to rent a chair. Let me know if you have anything available. I'd like to, he said the right thing. He said the right thing.
Yeah.
There's really no real easy way of saying it, though, right? And it kind of is like, well, okay, this guy just wants to work here. He doesn't really care about me. He doesn't know me,
Right.
He hasn't been following me for months or years or whatever. He doesn't know me. He just started following me and then did it, right? So he's just spamming out messages to all the shops. And then I was like, I'm not going to. And then he said he did that with his barber page that he made 2 hours before he messaged me
Oh, yeah.
with one post.
I remember you telling me about this.
And then he messages, I said, I'm not going to really pay attention to this today. I'm going to do it tomorrow. And then he messages me with the exact same thing, copy and pasted to his personal account. And his personal account is his curly-headed, fat-faced, him doing just this.
Middle finger.
With a windbreaker on of some college or something. And he's just doing this. And he's just putting his middle finger up looking like an idiot. And that's his profile picture for his entire world to see.
For me, what would have saved him? I'd have saw all the other shit and been like, fuck this kid. The middle finger is what would have saved him. I would have said, this guy needs on our team.
This guy don't give a fuck about anything.
He's not afraid to protest. Mm-hmm. Which is what I'm about.
And if he's not afraid to protest, he's probably for equal rights. And that middle finger is actually a rainbow flag.
Rights for gays.
That me, you know what I just did?
What?
I didn't realize it.
Were you being racist?
Not racist. I was being gayist. Accidentally. I didn't know.
It's okay.
I didn't know that middle finger was a cry for help.
Dude, you were being gayist.
I said his curly-headed, chubby little face.
Dude.
And he had cute little cheeks.
That's so gayist.
But not only did I not know that they were just cute little cheeks and smooth and red,
Yeah.
they're actually gay little cheeks too.
You are so gayist.
I didn't know.
You're John Wayne gayist.
How to manipulate anyone.
0-200.
Well, bottom line, if you want to get a job with
I'm
Bobby,
clowning. I'm clowning.
If you want to get a job
I'm John
with
Wayne
Bobby,
Gasis. I'm clowning.
If If you want to get a job with Poppy, be respectful and send him a good message that isn't copy and pasted. And also, don't be flipping the bird in your profile pic.
Just give a shit halfway.
Yeah, don't be.
You can be a normal guy. You can be very normal. You can have interests that I don't give a shit about. But just be a normal person first.
Yeah, you can have interests he doesn't even give a shit about, like rugby and soccer.
You don't have to have an AI-generated LinkedIn picture.
And you don't have to even like chicken wings.
Nope.
You don't even have to be into fitness. You can be a fat slob.
Right.
You can be a hateful racist, and he'll hire you if you're respectful.
You could be a woman.
Do you have any announcements for the podcast? Do you have any announcements for the podcast?
Jake still hasn't given me the strike everywhere or whatever they're called matches.
They're at my house. I just
Still
forgot.
hasn't given them to me.
I'll drop them off in the morning.
Sorry, Scholar. He hasn't given them to me. And I know that's the part of the podcast that you were really looking forward to.
Sorry,
Not
Scott.
us talking, but him giving me a gift, because Jake is always happy.
Is Skylar our number one fan?
Jake is always happiest when he's giving a gift, is what he said. You are you are more excited than the person getting the gift.
Just put a lot of thought into it, is all.
Yeah.
And it gets me off. Is Skylar our number one fan?
Probably him or Warren.
Yeah. Shout out to Warren and Skylar. Maybe one day you guys can fight to death
On the pod.
Oh, that would be a good fight.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be such a good fight.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that would be so tough.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
The fight to the death of two of our good friends, ripping each other limb from limb, stabbing each other. One of them starts to die. You think it's over, and it's not over. They fight and fight and fight and fight until they breathe their last breath. One man stops breathing. One man raises his head in victory. Blood curdles. Give us a follow on Instagram, Today's Pray. Give us a follow on TikTok, Today's Pray Podcast, and we will see everybody next week. Also, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll see everybody next week.